Hi everybody, welcome back to Eileen's Craft Nook. All right, today I have another one of these holographic molds. The last one I did in black, which was beautiful, really brought out that holographic look. But today I want to try some alcohol inks. I just want to try something different, see how it looked. So my thought is I'm going to put the alcohol inks in, and then I'm going to add the resin to blend those alcohol inks. Now, if what I should have done was take a good look at this mold, because I haven't ended up putting alcohol inks where the resin doesn't even flow. It's hard when you're working with these. You kind of got to plot out, because there's a lot of negative space in these molds where no resin goes, right? So I did that in a couple spots. I did discover at the end and wiped it out, but it is hard to see when you're doing this where the resin's going to flow and where it's not, and so you know where to put those alcohol inks. And putting the alcohol in all those little leaves and all those fine channels and stuff was time consuming. So I'm not sure this is the best method for a mold this big, but it did turn out nice. Now I did have to refresh the alcohol inks with some isopropyl because it did take me a little while to do this and they were drying up. So I just, used a little bit of a spray of isopropyl just to kind of wake them back up again. I'm using a variety of colors. I'm trying to keep them within like the blues, the purples, the cranberry red sort of thing. I did end up use some gold. You have to be careful when you use the metallic alcohol inks. They do tend to take over, but I did want a little bit of gold in there. I also added the white. Going back, I wouldn't use the white again. The thing about the white is it tends to sink and you can end up with blobs. It didn't ruin the piece in any way, but I don't think it added to the piece either. So rather than using the white next time, I might try like a silver or something. So still, if you wanted to lighten it up, you can do that, but not with the sinking white. So yeah, so here I am just adding all these colors. As I said, this was time consuming, just to get the colors in, trying to make sure they're going in spots where the resin was actually going, getting into those fine channels. But our next step is I'm going to get the resin mixed up and get it added. And I did use some of my crushed crystal in the resin to just give a little bit of sparkle. So here I'm just refreshing the alcohol inks with some isopropyl, and then I got to pouring. Now I was pouring out of this large cup, which again was a little bit tricky given the fine channels that is. So I did have some over pour. I did pour the resin into a couple spots where resin wasn't supposed to go, but no harm because you just pick it out when it dries. It didn't hurt anything. But yeah, I was just trying to get the resin poured in before the alcohol ink dried up again while it was still fresh, and making sure I was getting all the spots I was supposed to. At this point, I'm looking at it thinking I really like where the woman is with that gold in there. It's pretty, but some of the areas were kind of coming out pretty dark or along the edge. I was hoping, that it wasn't going to turn out to be too dark. So I'm just taking my time, getting this all poured in. My resin did, because I had quite a bit in this cup, it warmed up and was starting to get pretty hot. So I was trying to get it in there before it got too thick. All right, so we'll let this finish this off, get a final spray of isopropyl, and we'll let it sit, and then I will see you once it's done so that we can see whether this actually turned out or not. Okay, this piece is cured, so let's go ahead and get this out. I have to say, I did not enjoy doing this one. I wouldn't do it in this method again. This mold, I think, is too large for that, and I just didn't move quick enough. And it's not large enough for the inks to flow to give you a nice effect with those alcohol inks. So live and learn. But we'll take a look to see what the final product is. I'm not expecting a lot. As you can see, I had a lot of over pour here in this mold. So I save these little pieces to use in other pours. I have a little cup here of resin pieces. Okay, let's turn this over and get it out and see what we have. I don't have high hopes, but let's take a look. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna have some cleaning to do with this mold. And there it is. Okay, I'm going to say that it is prettier than I thought it was going to be. Having that holographic really helps. I love the gold right in here. I'm surprised I'm not feeling bubbles. Okay. What do you guys think? I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, I got it all cleaned up. Had a little mishap with my X-Acto knife while I was doing it, but I think this is nice. When I first did it, seeing it in the mold before I took it out, I didn't think I was going to like it, and I've changed my mind. I'm going to hang this up on the wall, get some pictures so you guys can see what it looks like. But as you can see the holographic in there as the light picks it up with the different colors. That gives you a good view of it there. And it's got all the little different colors in it. And if I was doing this again next time, I'd probably stick to lighter colors. Like, it came out pretty dark here. But the dark will actually, where it's dark, will probably pick up that holographic a bit better. But I love the blues in here, and the gold and the blue in her, and the red and the child. So, all right, that's it for today. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Here it is hanging on the wall, and I've changed my mind. I actually love this. This is so pretty hanging up. I'm surprised at the sun picks up those gold specks in there, and it's just gorgeous hanging up. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.